In this video, we take a look at a free hit side for game week 26. I've put together a side using statistical analysis. We'll look at the fixtures, the reasons why you might want a free hit, the reasons why you might not want to hit. Let's jump into it. On screen we have all the fixtures then for game week 26. As we know and have known for a little while, this is a big double game week. It is the biggest of the season so far. It's not going to be the biggest, we don't think, of the entire FPL season. There are 14 matches, 8 teams that are going to have 2 games to play in this game week 26, all things being equal and still going ahead. There's threatens to be a bigger game week in 36. We think we rearrange cup fixtures, things like that. That could be a huge double game week, and obviously lots of other fixtures have been postponed still to pinpoint and fit into other game weeks. So this isn't going to be the last double game week. Lots more blanks and double game weeks to come. But yes, this is the biggest so far. Whether to activate that free hit or not, it's just going to be down to your chip strategy, the way your team is set up. It could be that with the game week coming up that your team isn't really set up for this game week and it's better for game week 27. Entirely down to you. I can't really sit here and tell you what your team is like and whether it's a good idea to get a free hit. What I can do is give you a little bit of a help and say, yes, we know this is a double game week, so you can definitely maximise some of these fixtures. If you're going to free hit, you can definitely get 11 players playing 2 games each. So that's 22 games that you're going to be playing. That could be compared to the likes of someone else that's going to have maybe 4 or 5. So you've got, a 30% upturn there, but there's no guarantee in that. But it is the biggest game week of the season so far. Reasons not to free hit. Remember, we do get 2 free hits. That's a real bonus this year. No other time in FPL history have we had 2 free hits, so it's a lot of fun. But game week 30, there's likely to be quite a few blanks with the FA Cup quarterfinals. We're not sure how that's going to pan out at the moment, but it could be worth saving a free hit for then. Also, you can't triple captain this week if you are going to free hit. You cannot use 2 chips in the same week, and you can't free hit back to back. So that would mean you couldn't free hit in 27 if you were free hitting this week in game week 26. So those things considered, you've got to balance that up and decide, is this a good opportunity to free hit? You definitely free hit. You could definitely improve your rank. Will you get an edge on your mini league rivals? Definitely. But is this the optimal time? It will depend on your side, how it's set up at the moment. So I have put together a free hit side for you. At some positions I think are like, this has got to be the player that's got to come in. I'm not negotiating on it. Others, you definitely could have a conversation, and we'll talk about that. At the end, I'll go through some other options, so stick around for that. Let's have a look at this straight away then. Goalkeepers at Ramsdale and goal. I think he's got 2 home fixtures. Arsenal looking pretty tight. Brentford pretty goal shy. And just not scoring many goals. I think it's a great clean sheet potential for him there. Wolves, despite the win at Tottenham, not scoring many goals either. So, kept a clean sheet a couple of weeks ago. No, less than that against Wolves. Could he do it again at home? Good opportunity. Quite frankly, I can't see how Ramsdale is not going to play one of those games. So your goalkeeper would just become irrelevant, your second goalkeeper. So I'm just going to stick in Harry Lewis from Southampton. We're not likely to treble up on them anyway. So he's just safe to put in there. It goes without saying that all of these players, you would definitely need to keep an eye on the press conferences, who's going to play, keep yourself flexible until the last possible minute. Once you've hit that free hit button, you can change your team as many times as you want, remember. So moving in defence, we have Andy Robertson, Tarkowski, I've got Trent, Tierney and Amati. I've doubled up on that Liverpool defence. 2 great fixtures as we'll see in a minute. Plenty of goal threat for the pair of them. Only worry, and it is a worry with these double game weeks, is will one of them get rested? I don't think I can see Trent getting rested, but Robertson, maybe Tsimikas comes in for one of those games. I think that's a risk you have with almost all these players. Tarkowski's Burnley, good couple of fixtures, good price for him, probably offering the most goal threat out of all Burnley players. And then Kieran Tierney, those fixtures you've seen already with Ramsdale, really like him. I think he's as nailed as you're going to get in that Arsenal side, and I do think he's got good potential of getting forward as well. Those fixtures, and look at those Liverpool fixtures. Norwich at home, Leeds at home, you're just not going to get any better than that. Tarkowski, Brighton away, Tottenham at home, just don't know. Burnley, we know they're so stubborn, they're desperate for the points. Yes, I can see a clean sheet in either of those, possibly both. You just don't know with the state Tottenham are in at the moment. Brighton, never heavy scorers either. But it's a tough one to call. But you would expect him to play both games, so straight away you're in with a chance. Tierney, we've seen those fixtures already look great. And Marty, he would be a player that I would definitely be benching. But 3.8, very cheap, and at least he's playing as well. Moving into midfield then. Heung-min Son, his fixtures don't look great, but what an asset he is. He's got 2 games. I just think you've got to bring him in. Salah moving up in price all the time, 13 million. 16 goals, 10 assists. Look at that XGI, incredible. We haven't got to talk about him too much. That is the only Liverpool other player you can put in if you're doubling up on that defence. And Odegaard, playing every game for Arsenal at the moment, he looks a really good option as well, 5.5, like the price. And Zaha, as we'll see, Palace's fixtures look nice. He's on pens, playing well at the moment. I'm assuming he's still on pens despite that horrible miss the other day. Billy Gilmour would not get a look in. He would just not be playing. He'd be another one on the bench. And looking at those fixtures, not great for Man City. Both Tottenham, both away. One in Man City, so I wouldn't like that too much. Salah, we've seen great fixtures. Odegaard, Brentford, Wolves looks good. Zaha, Chelsea at home, Watford away. Chelsea obviously coming back from the World Club Championship, but they did remember concede goals quite frequently in the last few games, so you couldn't say that Palace were definitely going to be out of that. So, but Watford away, great opportunities. Zaha, he's scoring goals, great goal if you forget about the penalty miss against who was it he scored the other day. Really good finish as well. Billy Gilmour, not a fixture I'd look to target, but again, cheap playing just to be on the safe side. But he's one you could just completely downgrade if you're confident that everyone else is going to get at least one fixture, saving money for yourself elsewhere. Up front then we've got Weghorst playing 2 games. Need to keep an eye on that flag he's got at the moment. Broja as well, again he'd be another one you'd be looking to bench. And Kane, wow, it's not often you see on the same fixture, on the same card there, Kane and Broja outscoring him. I mean, who would have predicted that at the start of the season? I think Broja's probably played less games than Kane altogether as well. But his goal threat is much better, Kane. And he's got that double game fixtures as well. As you can see there, Man City, Burnley, Kane on pens. I still think he's definitely worth a shout. That Man City game, anything you're going to get out of Son and Kane is a bonus. Burnley away, you think maybe they should be getting something, and he's just nailed to play both games as well. Brighton and Tottenham for Weghorst, I think he's got to come in. So there's your side all together. Kane up front, Weghorst you would play. On the bench, we've got Gilmour, Marty, Broja and Lewis. 102.8. I think you could definitely save money if you're happy to maybe completely ignore Gilmour, go down to a 3.7, or even pull Broja back, because I think you're fairly confident the rest of them will play. Just be a case of keeping an eye on that Weghorst flag to check he was playing, but I can't see who else wouldn't. And hopefully most of these are the players that you would pick to have 2 game weeks as well. Going into defence, other options. Tyrick Mitchell with those past fixtures looks nice. Gabriel, you could again doubling up with. You've got Ramsey, Tierney, Gabriel. You wouldn't be able to play Odegaard as well, so you'd have to take someone out. And Reguilón, could he come? He was rested the other day. Again, Tottenham, not sure I'd trust that defence, especially away at Man City. So I'm not sure, but he is an option too. In the midfield, Jarrod Bowen just been absolutely brilliant so far this season. And Cornet, another important player for Burnley. If they're going to get anything, you think he's got to turn up. 5.9, not a bad shout. Schlupp is a complete differential for Palace in midfield. You could save money by maybe moving across from an Odegaard if you want to move another Arsenal defender in comes Schlupp and Jota. But then you would have to sacrifice maybe Robertson or Trent to bring Jota in. Again, great option. I just worry about his minutes having been rested the other day at Burnley. Other options we've got, Saka looks like a great option. 6.4, good price. You expect him to play both games. Ishmael Star, they've got Aston Villa and then Palace. So good couple of fixtures. But would you trust that Watford side? If you do, then maybe like to Josh King, Dennis could interest you. They got, like I said, 2 decent fixtures, desperate for the points. Nailed on, you would have thought, in both games as well. And then lastly, we've got Lacazette playing up front for Arsenal. Again, nailed on. Not many other options for them. 2 home fixtures. Could be really interesting. And lastly, Raul Jimenez scored the other day. Only thing that puts him off slightly is he's going to be nailed up front. Just Wolves not scoring many goals at all. But he is on pens, so he is an option. That's it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts below. Are you going to be free hitting? What players are you going to bring into your side? In the meantime, don't forget to hit that subscribe. Shall speak to you soon.